Hello everyone, this is Sean and this is Salt, the channel all about sports and interesting topics. Naturally, we are in lockdown and so we won't be dealing with sport topics today, but rather with the situation of coronavirus in different countries of the world. I'm filming from the top of my terrace to give you a rooftop view of the town and my surroundings. This is where I actually live, downstairs. So in order to get up here, I have to climb up a ladder, but at least I get a nice view of the city and a sense of freedom. I'm filming from Italy, and as you may know, Italy has been greatly affected by the coronavirus, with many thousands of people dying. And this is due to Italy's population, which is amongst the oldest of the world, and also due to the way we count the victims of coronavirus. The count includes people who suffer from pre-existing conditions, whereas in other countries such as Germany, they don't include those deaths, but they only include people who actually died of the virus without pre-existing conditions and age factors. Now, if you ask me, worse even than the virus and my fear of getting the virus is the lockdown, which is extremely severe in Italy. We went on lockdown on March the 8th in region Lombardy and March the 9th throughout Italy, and we're going to be in lockdown until May the 4th, but the government has issued a law whereby they can extend that if they want to until July the 31st. Italy is split up in different regions, and so we have these 20 odd regions. Every governor can then enforce further restrictions. So in region Campania, where I live in and around Naples, we are not allowed to go out for a walk, for exercise or work at all, except for going to buy food, because food shops are open, obviously going to the supermarket, going to the chemists, stuff like that. Otherwise, if a police stops us and we don't have a declaration showing we are in a state of emergency or something, we are liable to get a fine ranging from 400 euros to 4,000 euros. And if we are positive to coronavirus and we are violating a quarantine, then that is a criminal offense. So extremely severe, harsh conditions here in Italy. In other regions of Italy, you are actually allowed to go out for exercise, but not in region Campania, because the governor, De Luca, is playing tough guy before the elections. A helicopter is flying over the sky of Naples in an attempt to ascertain that no one is breaking the rules and walking around the city unnecessarily. In many places of Italy, we have police helicopters flying overhead, observing people's movements. We have drones to control the population and prevent them from going out. And for survey purposes, they also monitored the movements of people in region Lombardy, tracking their mobile phones. So that is another terrible limitation to people's freedom. Because we come from many years of cutting the NHS, the National Healthcare System here in Italy, authorities have decided to shut down because they realized they didn't have enough intensive care units, they did not have breathing aids, and they still do not have personal protection devices for all doctors and nurses working in hospitals. Needless to say, all these measures are killing the economy of Italy. So Italy is begging Europe for money, for loans, and the rest of Europe is just saying no and basically imposing harsh conditions on any loan. So this could be the downfall of Europe and basically the triumph of people being selfish and nations being selfish. Another bad thing we had happening here was that people spy on other people. So if you do something terrible crime, like going running alone in an isolated place, you never know, your neighbor might take a photograph of you and report you to authorities and get you in trouble. And that is not nice. On the other hand, common people are also trying to help out those who are in need. So my local bread shop is giving bread free of charge for those people who can't afford it. In my neighborhood, we have different associations and groups trying to help homeless people, people who don't have enough money to make ends meet. My girlfriend Rosa and her friend Deborah have also been cooking the past 2 weeks for 20 homeless people. I have contributed last week to buy the ingredients, although they did the cooking, and I'll show you a few pictures from that. So that's what's been happening over here, guys. I hope this video was useful for those of you who have relatives or friends in Italy. The next videos are going to include updates from other countries like New Zealand, Japan, Portugal, the UK, the US, and basically as far as we can reach with our connections of relatives and friends. Big shout out to Minnesota, to Michigan, to the people of Brazil who broke out of lockdown and protested to let their governments know that they won't accept whatever measure without a reaction or passively ready to fight for their basic freedoms. I wish this could happen in Italy as well without endangering other people because of possible spreading the disease. Big shout out to the lone runner in Italy who outran the carabinieri, the police who were trying to stop him. And big shout out to nature, to all the animals who are finally enjoying their environment without us hunting them, killing them, fishing them, harming them in every possible way. If you enjoyed the video, of course, please subscribe to the channel and see you next time.